Hey folks, this is a man and his plants here, and I wanted to make this video to review the sticky traps that I bought off Amazon, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was looking for options to see how I can get rid of some fungus gnats that I got on my newly brought home plant. So a little bit of context, so I bought this plant, this variegated monstera. Don't ask me how much I spent, about 2 or 3 weeks ago from a local plant shop here in Toronto. And at the time, it looked perfectly fine in store. But after I brought it home, I realized there was a pretty significant fungus gnat problem. And I haven't had these before, and I was kind of a little bit distraught because I was worried that it would spread to my other plants. So I started looking into options, and I came across these sticky traps that are available off of Amazon. And I figured why not? They were only like 10, 20 bucks for like a 20 pack or so. And seemed to have like very, very positive reviews. So the point here is to talk about whether or not these things actually work and if they're going to get rid of your fungus gnat problem. So the ones in particular I bought, they come in these yellow strips, and they have a protective plastic coating on them, so you can see they're peelable right here. And they also come with these kind of tubes that can feed through the hole, and you can kind of tie them onto the stems, and the intention is for them to, for the fungus gnats to run into them and get stuck, and then they can't move. And I'll be showing you a close-up of what it looks like when gnats actually run into these. So after I got them, I read a little bit of reviews on the site on Amazon, and some folks were claiming the best way to do this was actually to not use these tubes to feed them through, and actually just place them directly on the soil. And so that's what I did. I cut them into tiny little segments here, so about 5 segments per sheet. Each sheet costs about $1, so not too much of a concern. And then I placed about 2 on each of my plants that are kind of in the area of the infested plant, and I wanted to see if this would actually help. So for context, there were quite a few fungus gnats that I was facing in the beginning. So, you're eating your dinner and these things are flying in front of you, or you're in your kitchen and these things are, buzzing around. It was driving me crazy. So I found that after I put these on the plant and I left it overnight, I think the first day I came back and there were just dozens of these gnats that were stuck to these little cubes of these sticky traps that I had placed there. So I was really excited because I thought it was definitely going to work. So I cut up a few more cubes and placed 2 in the pot, and I just placed them directly on the pot, just lying horizontally against the soil. And so I had 2 in there, and then I left it for a few days, and I did absolutely realize that the fungus gnats were reducing in volume. So I wasn't noticing as many in the house. I was noticing that every day I would come to these and take a look and see, well, wow, there's dozens more that are attached to these things. So it was definitely working to reduce the population. That being said, one consideration here is that I don't believe these actually will totally eliminate your problem. So although they will reduce the population, it's not going to completely get rid of it. And it's kind of unfortunate, but for me, these actually worked out pretty well. And I gave them a positive review, and I highly suggest you to give them a try, especially if you're looking for options and you don't necessarily want to spend quite a bit on neem oil or anything like that, or want to go through the trouble of repotting it. That being said, though, I think repotting is probably the next step for me. Since I actually haven't got completely rid of them, I would say I've reduced the population by about 95%. Still see a couple around here and there. But I don't think this will completely solve it. So, if you're watching this, I suggest maybe giving these a shot, because they definitely do work and can make your life a little bit more pleasant to live with your plants. But I don't think it'll completely get rid of them. And so, yeah, I'll give you a close-up now to see what these actually look like. So you can see here, there's quite a bit of soil that gets stuck on it actually, and this is just due to the fact that I'm laying them down into the soil, and it's a pretty sticky surface. So if you put it on soil, it's definitely gonna stick to it. And so these are the gnats that get stuck to it over time. You can see there's quite a few here, and I'm gonna be placing this back down onto the soil to capture more, hopefully. One thing I did want to mention before I go, I actually forgot in the other portion of this video, was that they do last for about a week or so. So it is quite a sticky surface that, you know, when you unpeel the plastic off of it. So the problem though is that the stickiness of the surface does dissipate, and this could be due to moisture, it could be due to just the properties of the surface itself. So one thing to keep in mind is that you may want to refresh these, I would say maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. And that's dependent on, you know, the degree to which you're experiencing your gnat problem. So one thing to keep in mind. So I'm going to be giving a product link here. So the product link for the exact product that I got here and reviewing is going to be available in the comments below. So if you're interested, you know, take a look. And the last thing, this is a fairly new channel, and this is actually my first video here. So if you can like and subscribe, it really means a lot to me. Help me establish this, and you know, motivate me to create more videos. Thanks so much. Have a great day, guys.